very big shout out to my home country, Ghana. We say Akwaba. When you go to Nigeria, my second home, we say Ekabo. In my adopted country, France, we say Bienvenue. She's already laughing. She loves the language.
Yes, I do.
All right, so today you can see I have this beautiful, smart lady with me today. She's a registered nurse. I'll let her do her introduction. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I am Rufina. I have been a nurse for about 6 months. I do work on the COVID unit, so we're going to talk about more about that later on during the video. And I do also do YouTube videos, so if you guys want to check me out, you can check me out at rufinarn.com. Thank you.
Alrighty, there you have it. So, as you guys can guess, today we'll be talking about, the global pandemic that have shut down the world right now. We all know it as, brother and sister Corona. Popular known as COVID-19.
Koro.
It's interesting how, up to today, with all the information out there, so many people still have this misconception about the virus. Some people don't even believe it exists. So today, we have to bring our nurse here out of a busy schedule to educate us, about the COVID-19. So my first question to you is, can you tell us what is COVID-19?
Wow. COVID-19. That's a good question. It's a virus, but everybody thinks that COVID does not exist. Which it does, but the crazy thing about it is you don't know if you have COVID until the symptoms actually start showing. And there's so many different symptoms that people show, but the most common ones is like coughing, temperature, high fever, and some people even show diarrhea. Yeah, you start having like headache, you start sweating. There's a whole bunch of different symptoms that people show for COVID. People don't even know how COVID even come about. We don't even know if there's a definite treatment for it, but they're trying things in the hospital to see if it works or if it doesn't work. So you just really have to be cautious when you go out there in public or anywhere else that you go, because COVID is real. You just don't know if you have it, because you just think you just have minor cold or it's just a flu, and then you go home, you take it home to your family, and bam, everybody got it. You go test that, you got COVID. You go like, how did I get it? You don't even know, because you've been out in public, not protecting yourself like you need to protect yourself. And it's just like that, because it go by really fast before you know it. So be careful.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, she gave a whole lot of information, some of the symptoms that we experience, when you have the COVID-19. I got a question. If I sleep too much, is that a symptom of COVID?
If you sleep too much and you start having a high temperature over 100 and it can't go down, then you better go check yourself out. And you start getting tired, really tired too, sleeping for a long period of time. Yes.
Oh, wow. So the first thing is, when you experience these symptoms, you have to go get tested.
Go get tested, but I would say not right away, but if you feel like something is off, check your temperature and monitor it for a couple of days. If your temperature starts from like 98 and it stay at 98 and it go down, then you're fine. Just maybe you just having a little bit of something going on. But if it start 98, start going to 99 and bam, you over 100, I would say, treat it. First, take the Tylenol and see if it's going to help bring down your fever. If nothing is happening and then you start having headache, you start coughing and the cough is not going nowhere, and then you start producing mucus, then go check yourself.
Okay. So is it possible for someone to not have the temperature but still experience other symptoms of COVID?
There are some cases that is possible, but it's rare if you're not showing temperature, because temperature is the number one thing that somebody will know they have COVID. Because if you're just fine and nothing's going on, and let's say for example you have a headache that won't go away and it's consistent, you take all the medication your mama taught you, all the African herbs, everything you have to think about, and nothing is going, the headache is still persistent, I would say go check yourself as well, because there's something going on. And then if you have like other disease, like if you're a diabetic, if you have stroke, if you have other disease going on with you, you have more risk for that. So you still need to go check yourself no matter what.
Oh, wow.
Especially if you know you've done everything possible to bring the symptoms down, to treat yourself, and nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. You're still the same. You're getting worse. You're getting worse. Yes, go test yourself.
Interesting. Well,
Yes.
we are getting educated today. Another question is it people that actually have underlying health issues, like you said, that being diabetic, that are prone to die from this COVID-19?
No, but they are mostly at risk and yes, can die. But I have seen and know even like a 30-year-old at the hospital that have died from COVID.
With no underlying health issues?
No underlying health issues. So just because you feel like you're young and you're healthy, you can't get COVID or you're not going to die from COVID, think twice. Honestly, this virus is crazy because nobody even know how to treat it, and the symptoms is different from each person to each person. So it's even scary.
Wow.
Because people think, oh, it's just COVID. It's going to be like the flu. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, honestly, it's really serious.
Like President Trump said, it's going to come and go one day.
Exactly. So until it go away one day,
Yeah.
we have to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So you deal with the COVID patients on a day-to-day basis. What kind of treatment do you guys administer to these patients?
I don't know if I can talk about the treatment that we give. You know, because it's sort of like violation of the hospital thing.
Gotcha.
But for me, what I tell my friend, I'll tell you what I can tell my friends. Like, I have a friend that had COVID, and this is what I'll tell them. Make sure you take your vitamin C, your B12, your zinc. What I do when I get off work every day, because I work on the COVID floor and I panic.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so every day when I get off, I will gargle my mouth with like salt water mixed with apple cider vinegar. I'll gargle my mouth every day because the process of that is just to clean out my lungs and my throat to get away all bacteria or whatever is in there. So you can do that if you have COVID as well. Drink a lot of ginger. You know, everybody heard about, oh, drink ginger. Ginger tea is good for you. It actually helps with the virus as well. So vitamins. Take Tylenol if you're having high temperature, not ibuprofen, because ibuprofen, I believe, kind of like, it burns like the lining of your stomach, so ibuprofen is not good for you. So do Tylenol and your vitamins and drink tea, and you know, us Africans, hot pepper soup. Hot pepper soup is a fufu soup.
Yeah, light soup,
So,
hot.
yeah,
Yep.
anything hot to kill that virus away.
Absolutely.
Even if you gotta take a shot.
Oh, man. You know, I'm going to share my COVID experience, and I'm going to ask you a question on it. So,
Okay.
you know, my job on a daily basis, I get to meet different people and interact with people. So I had this job where I went to this customer's apartment and I knocked on the door. The lady opened the door. I had my mask on. She had the mask on. But what I noticed is when she opened the door, she took about 3 steps back. So we are, you know, good about 6 feet apart. And the lady looked at me and said, "Well, I wasn't expecting you today." I said, "Why?" She was like, "Well, I'm under quarantine, and my quarantine ends this day, and you know, I want you guys to come out right after the quarantine." I'm like, "Wait, quarantine for what?" Like, I got tested for COVID-19. The moment she said that, within a few seconds, I was dripping sweat. I can't actually remember the statement that came out of my mouth. I realized I was stuttering. Like I was shaking. It's like I was staring at death face to face. So I went downstairs, went to my van, and I couldn't touch anything because I felt that I already got the virus.
No.
You know, so the moment I got home, as I take my temperature on a daily basis just to make sure, you know, I was okay and all that stuff. So, you know, this
God.
COVID thing got everybody on the edge.
Yeah, it
you know,
sure
and
does.
some of us, you know, it's sad that, you know, you still hear people say they don't believe in it. So what do you have to tell people that don't believe in this, you know, in the virus?
I mean, honestly, I'll just be honest, because even though I work in the healthcare field and I see the COVID patient every day, like, it doesn't hit you until somebody close to you has it, honestly, because I work there, I'm like, I see the patient every day, I know they have COVID, but I'm just like, it's COVID, maybe they weren't taking good care of themselves, that's why they have it. Honestly, like, that's how I was thinking, until somebody close to me had it. I was like, oh shoot, like, really? Like, this thing, anybody can really get it.
Yep.
Anybody. Like, I started like panicking, started really checking myself every day and taking precaution, because Lord, only God can protect us. That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
No matter what you do, only God can protect you from this virus. period. But if you believe COVID don't exist, I believe when it hit home, then you really realize that it do exist. But honestly, it does exist because I see it every day. I see my patient, especially if you get hospitalized, you can see none of your family members. You're stuck, you're on a lockdown floor. So you're just there fighting this virus, fighting depression because nobody can come see you. You can only do FaceTime. Like all that together is even making your symptoms worse because you're supposed to be moving around, you're supposed to be doing things to get you recovered. But you're just stuck in one little room.
Wow.
And then like us as nurses, you know, we try our best to take care of you, but also we try to minimize the time that we spend in the room because we don't want to be in the room for too long because we don't want to be exposed to it for that long period of time. So we try not to come in your room a lot as well. So COVID is real. I'm telling you, it's real. We want to protect ourselves, but want to take care of our patient as well. So it's like a fighting battle back and forth.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also heard that, for the patient that, you guys know they're not going to make it, they always bring like an iPad and do a FaceTime with their family for them to say their final goodbyes to their family, which is really sad because you only get to see your loved one on the phone, saying goodbye to you, which is really sad.
Yeah, it is. Wow. It is. That's why people really have to think twice. Because I don't understand how people go to the club and now no mask on. They just think it's cool. Like you go out, you smoking hookah, you think the hookah, okay, maybe you're keeping your distance, right? And you're one person, you're sharing 4 hookah. The hookah thing is passing from one person to another.
Yeah.
You are touching it. So there you go, you're passing the virus around. And I'm sure you're not going to tell somebody you have COVID. No, you're not. You're just going to be enjoying yourself and then bam, you'll be like, what happened? How did I get this? What is going on? I'm telling y'all, young people, be careful.